Hi everybody, it's Diane. I don't think you can probably hear it, but it is pouring rain today, and I am working on this rain and shine journal, so that's pretty appropriate. I think it's going to rain all day today. I have my grandsons here doing school, so I'm just going to do one video today, I hope. So this morning, which is Thursday, 2 videos got posted instead of just one, so I scheduled them both for the same day by mistake. So I'm hoping to have this one for you for tomorrow. I'm going to be out of the house a lot over the weekend, so I don't think there'll be a lot of work being done in here over the weekend. So let's see how much I can get done on this today. So I'm using this Rain and Shine journal. I have 2 other weather books that I'm hoping to turn into journals, but this is the only one I'm focusing on right now. I think I will use this paper to cover the end paper because it is a decorated end paper, but it doesn't really go with a theme. There is a chapter about the wind and the sky, so there's airplanes in that chapter in this book, but I'm going to cover that with that. It kind of looks like it could be snow or rain. And then I will glue this down. It's not going to be a pocket. She's a paper doll, and she has a slot here for her legs to come through. And there was a slot on her neck, and there was a part here that was supposed to slip into that, but that part was all torn off and jagged. So I cut it off, and I just glued her in so she doesn't move. I thought that was a really neat way to do a paper doll. I might have to cut off a corner of her coat. So that's going to be there. And then I have this pocket that I did on a previous video that will be on the back. And I think I might use this upholstery fabric that I got in a Happy Meal for the spine. I haven't decided that for sure, but I think it goes well. So that's a possibility. I've done a lot of sewing. There's a lot of sewing in these books, in this journal, and I've done a lot of the work, but I'm going to do some finishing work, and I've got some stamps here that I might make use of. So you've seen the ephemera that I made with the Mrs. Cogs images. So I have several different things that I've put together with her images. Stormy Weather is the name of that kit. And I have made some pockets and the tuck spots to put those items in. So here's one, just a Tim Holtz Halloween wallpaper piece, and a poem, Who Has Seen the Wind, from a children's book. I am trying to add, I'm using a lot of grays and blues and some, gloomy colors, because it's a stormy weather theme, but I'm trying to inject some color too. So I added this little piece that was just laying on my desk from a children's dictionary, and I added this as a little pocket from Mrs. Cogs, and I put a couple of skinny tags in there. I added some trim to the edges, and then I added little bits like this is, I have 2 in each signature of a full-length trim down the edge, but I also have a bunch of little snippets just staggered on the pages. This one I just glued on as a pocket and put a scrap in there. I backed it with silver cardstock and cut this out of one of the books, Puddles of Rain. I did add some gesso to these pages that I showed on one of my videos. The person that I saw making it, and I linked her in that other video, I forgot that she had added either paint or gesso, just splotches of it here and there. So I went back and did that, and it helped tone down some of the spots that were darker. So I believe that you can write on these pages comfortably. This was torn here, so I just added a little piece of washi. I cut this textured and very thick wallpaper with my punch and added a tab in each signature. This one is just another little pocket that I made with one of Mrs. Cogs' images. And then I had some wallpaper tags that I had made, and I just added Mrs. Cogs' image to that, and I'll add some sort of fiber there. And on the back side of this book page, I just added some journaling spaces and some images. This is cut from one of the books, I Can Sail on the Wind. And here I'm, just adding some more color. I guess I did all of the sewing on this signature. This, I just added this over the edge of the page. It does not have a wind or weather image on the back, but I thought you could glue something to the back if you want to. But I just folded it over, and this is actually a scripture. So the quote is attributed to Jesus of Nazareth. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth. And I made this pocket a little tuck spot with a poem about snow to put this tag in. This is one of the tags that we made with the little flat back pearls to represent the raindrops. And on the music page, I just glued another music sheet from a children's book, Spring Rains. So I think, and I just put this on from one of the weather books, Frost and Snow. Go back through here quickly and add a little stamping. I have these swirly stamps that could look like wind. Well, we know we don't see the wind, but that's how wind is depicted oftentimes in children's books. I'm using Stampin' Up, I think it's Ballet Blue. Blue Ballet, yeah, Ballet Blue. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's see what we have to do for the next signature. This one has the jeweler's envelope, and I did add a card in there. I didn't do anything to the card, but it's in there. And this is from a science book. Not one of these three that I'm using the covers of. This was from a paperback workbook type of thing. The Path of a Hailstone in the Clouds. So that's interesting. Goes up and down and up and down, and then it comes down to the ground. And from a dictionary, children's dictionary, I use this rainbow image. There's a little pocket there, so I'll have to put something inside of that. I just added this little frame again to make some color. This is an umbrella definition, and they're holding an umbrella. Okay, this one I need to sew on. I inked around the edges of this Mrs. Cogs image, and this is a vintage piece. To me, I think it looks like there's rain coming down here, and she and her dog are looking in the bushes for something. So I am just going to tuck it in the pocket, just as it is. But first I have to make the pocket. I've said many times that I love a rainy day, so I'm enjoying hearing the rain outside. I'm using black thread because of the gloomy aspect of stormy weather. I have to put her in sideways. I don't think she fits this way. Oh yeah. It's a tight fit, so since she's vintage and fragile, I'll just tuck her in sideways. I might put a label or something on that. Again, I just covered the flip side of this page, a poem about rain, because this had nothing to do with weather, so I just covered that with some spots that you can journal on. And again, I just took a poem out of a book and wrapped it around that page, and it does have snow, poem about snow on the back side. The Drums of Rain, that's what I'm listening to today. I'll have to put some fiber in here. This is one of the labels that came in that Your Creative Studio. I think that's it. Yeah, Your Creative Studio box that I got yesterday that was in that box. So I used a piece, 3 of them already. And here I just glued on this page from a book, The Rain is Raining All Around. That might be, yep, it's the same poem. I had a lot of versions of that from different children's books, but there's space here for writing. And here on the back page, I hope I can extricate this from the paper clip. Oh, thought I had it. I'll just go around. There. I glued this page from one of the books, Rain on the Window, to a silver piece, and I'm going to glue that or sew it on as a tuck spot and add this little frame just for fun and extra color. I'm going to sew the frame to the card first. I want to make sure I have it on there straight. Oh man, I ran out of black bobbin thread. I thought I was all set because I had just added the bobbin thread, but I remembered that I finished off a spool of black thread and there wasn't a lot on the spool, and I thought, well, I'll just have to fill my bobbin again when it needs it. But I forgot that. So just bear with me as I wind a new bobbin. I got out this 8x8 pad of paper with the watercolor effects and chose some of these backgrounds, not this one, but I have some other ones that I chose that I can use for elements. I may have used it in this book already. Don't remember. I know I didn't point it out to you if I did. This is kind of a challenge, this book series, because I don't have a lot of little ephemera pieces. I have the Mrs. Cogs pieces, and I printed them at least twice. Some pages were printed more than that. And I have a lot of book pages from children's books mostly, but not a lot of small pieces. But I think it's going to be good. All right, I have to get my head down there so I can see. Sorry if my hair's in the way. It's a rainy day, so it's frizzy. Oh, let's face it, it's frizzy every day. I had to go pick my grandsons up this morning, and it started raining on my way there. It was raining pretty hard when we were coming back to my house. So I was out in the rain. Now I have to finish sewing around this frame. Whoops. Still have it on high speed for winding the bobbin. Okay, and I'm gonna sew around this because it's not secured to the silver. Whoops. Well, I didn't mean to shift it. There. So, guess I will start a new line because it's not lined up the way I want it to. So I'll just start right here and sew the book page to the silver cardstock. Oops. Turn that speed down a little more. I think that looks kind of cool with the frame on it. I think that is my grandson in the room right next door to me doing some thumping noises, if you heard that. I'm going to sew it on so that it's a pocket right here. Did you notice the colorful paper that I used here? I considered that the rainbow page because we get I've seen lots of rainbows in the last year, and we love the rainbows. So it is a bit muted because it was that blurry kind of paper, and I coffee dyed it, but I do love the way that it represents the rainbow. And the colors in this page too are nice. I'll go back and do the stamping in this, but you don't need to watch me do the same stamping I already did. I just have this little flashcard that I'm going to sew to this flap. Whoops. Let's do the zigzag stitch. I'm leaving threads. Sometimes I trim them a little bit because they're excessively long. And here's another card that I've already inked around, and I will sew it here, and I have a flashcard to put in the pocket, and I'll probably put a label up there. Every time I slide my machine back and forth, I'm touching a button I shouldn't. Can you hear that? It's coming down hard. This page is from a book, Rain on the Window, and on the flip side it has a little girl with an umbrella, so I left that. There's lots of journaling space. Here's another poem, Winds a-Blowing. And here is an adorable page from a children's book called Rain Song. Here's another page. I glued that all the way down, so I don't have to secure that with stitching, but I will sew it to the page, again with a side tuck. It says they all looked at the rain, they looked at the birds, then they went into the house. I think they were talking about what birds do when it rains. So I just have to do the stamping and then find some things to put in the empty pockets and make the cover for this one, and I can start on the second and third journals. I'm going to look for some labels. Let's see what we have in here. That one's pretty.
Boo.
I'm thinking a video.
Oh.
That was Teddy. There's another one.
Sorry if I interrupted the video.
It's okay. Are you done with school now?
Yes.
He only has a half day today.
True that.
I'm almost done with the video.
Oh, okay. Ow.
You can tell he's a ham and likes attention, right? Ooh, I've got these blue ones. We'll just pull all of these out and see what we need. Okay, let's add a couple labels. Since that one is a pretty light colored background, I can add one of these blue labels. I'm not going to even ink around it. These journals have turned out to be a little more detailed than I had planned on. That happens a lot with me. I have all these things I want to use, like all those book pages, and I had to figure out a way to use the book pages. So I did things like this, and gluing some to the backs of the music paper. And actually, some of them have a page folded into this pocket. Okay, I think that's good for that one. These blue labels came from one of those books that are supposed to have a CD with them so that you can make copies of their copyright-free images, but the CD wasn't with the book when I got it. So I just made copies, but I printed some of them on colored paper. This This one I won't put a label on because I already have that on there. But I'll put one here. I'll have to make lunch pretty soon for those boys. Okay, that's going to be it for this video today. I'll do my stamping and then I'll go make lunch. And maybe after lunch I can put the cover together. But I don't even have the pages cut for the other two books yet. I have them copy dyed and all the pages are pulled for each book. I just have to cut them so I can get started on those. The ephemera pieces, like these that I did on video, they're made for all of the journals so far. I mean, they're made for all the journals already, but I haven't done these kinds of things, the pockets. So I still have a lot of work to do before I can say these journals are done. But I hope you like the progress that's been made and are anticipating seeing the finished product. I'm anticipating seeing the finished product. And I will be happy to share it with you. That will probably be the next video. I don't think I need to do any more process videos because you've pretty much seen what I'm going to be doing with these books. So I will see you soon, and I hope you have a creative day today. Bye-bye.